Right. They don't even understand that you know, the way we grew up, you're supposed to spend no more than 10 or 20% of what you make. You know what I'm saying? So you can have something.
Just being with him everywhere, seeing nice things all the time since I was born. So I always knew that he was doing something. I mean, I don't know, it could have been anything. So I had a fun childhood, crazy childhood.
He was able to do it because, you know, like financially, I was supporting the idea, and I believed he could do it. He had moved to California and was working with acting coaches, and his dad didn't know that he was actually doing that.
What's the best memory of 50 Cent?
Best memory of 50 Cent? Ever since I met 50 Cent, he's always been stand-up and probably the most truthful person I've ever met.
Lil Meech got Richard Millie's Chrome Hard jeans, 10,000. I buy some Chrome Hards for 10,000. I might wear them shits for a month.
So Big Meech just went off on 50 Cent. Yep, you heard that right. And now he's accusing 50 of turning his own son, Lil Meech, against him. If you've been keeping up, you already know that things between 50 Cent and Big Meech have been rocky ever since Meech got out of prison and started hanging out with Rick Ross. And yep, Lil Meech is caught right in the middle of it. At first, Lil Meech tried to keep things cool with 50, saying he's loyal and has nothing but respect for him. But now, that loyalty seems to have shifted. Both father and son are making it loud and clear. They're Team Rick Ross now. So what sparked all this drama? Well, word is 50 recently threw some serious shade at Big Meech, calling out his parenting and claiming he's been a bad influence on Lil Meech. Allegedly, 50 accused him of encouraging reckless spending and even substance use. That didn't sit well with Big Meech, and now he's ready to clap back. The father-son duo is reportedly teaming up with Rick Ross and Floyd Mayweather to produce their own version of the BMF show, basically trying to rival 50's hit series. But fans aren't buying the hype. A lot of people are saying Big Meech and Lil Meech are walking straight into a trap and might end up getting played out of the little money they've got left. So, what's Big Meech's revenge plan really look like? And what exactly did 50 say about his parenting that lit this whole thing on fire? Let's break it all down.
Saying from the hood to Hollywood that you gotta have, you know what I'm saying? Especially when you getting it. You know what I'm saying? See, people never seen how I really put it down, because unless you were part of that, I'm not gonna let you see that. The only thing you're gonna see is us enjoying ourselves. That's what you see.
Big Meech is not letting 50 Cent play with his name at all. After 50 came for his parenting and basically painted him as a bad influence on Lil Meech, the BMF kingpin is out for revenge. So here's how it went down. 50 Cent cut ties with Lil Meech and started hinting that the BMF show might be getting the axe. That lit a fire, and Lil Meech wasted no time trying to fix things. He hit up 50 directly, trying to stay in his good graces, and made it very clear that the photo of his dad with Rick Ross, which kicked off all this drama, was just strictly business. In fact, Lil Meech texted 50 saying, "F Ross, but he gave my dad some bread so he could pay his bills until our next season starts." This internet stuff is throwing me off, man. You know me in real life. But 50 wasn't trying to hear it. He clapped back, basically saying Meech's time on the show was done. He wrote, "What next season, little ninja?" Then 50 really went in, mocking Lil Meech for fumbling the bag, joking his next gig would be Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. He even posted, "I'll call Mona Scott for him later today." And yeah, 50 wasn't done yet. He doubled back to take more shots at both Big Meech and Rick Ross, questioning their parenting and even dragging up old footage of Lil Meech with Ross' daughter, Toya Roberts, from when they were a thing. Then 50 pointed out how Ross didn't do anything for the Flannery family while Big Meech was locked up. He posted, "Why didn't old boy help Mim Meech out? Send him to acting school? All his people on the outside did nothing for him. You come home thinking you're Black Pablo Escobar and messed him up, but made sure everyone remembered he's the one who held down the family while Big Meech was in prison. But now he says Lil Meech blew through all the money from the BMF series." He wrote, "I helped your family make over $5 million in legit money. It's not my fault, it's all gone now." Some fans were mad at 50 for cutting ties with Lil Meech so quickly over a photo, but others said 50 had every right to feel betrayed after everything he did for the Flannerys. Even Boozy weighed in, and he was not feeling Lil Meech's text. According to Boozy, Meech was way too respectful, especially after 50 disrespected his dad. And Boozy made it very clear, if it were him, he would have snapped on 50 for coming at his father like that.
Oh man, me, bro, I don't know.
Lil Meech, I ain't like his response. It seemed like he got a genuine kind of love for 50 on his response. But, you know, my response was, nigga, fuck you, nigga. Nigga, that's my daddy. Nigga, fuck you, nigga. Nigga, let's go to war. Nigga, fuck you. And everything you, nigga, fuck you. I don't know what Meech was on some. Nigga, that's my paw, nigga. I don't give a fuck. Right, wrong, nigga. I don't give a fuck, nigga. Is my son, nigga, my nigga ain't gonna go against this grain. Fuck that. I was like, damn, you know, like, seemed like him and 50 got a, you know, cause after that thing came out, how Meech was talking all, you know, like, no, nigga, fuck all y'all. I'm with my dad, nigga, you know, I ain't like.
But 50 Cent wasn't having any of it. He clapped back at Boozy, claiming he's done way more for Lil Meech than Big Meech ever has, and reposted a clip of Boozy's interview and wrote, "I did more for Meech than anyone in his life." Boozy. That's why he responded like that. If he gets locked up, I'm the first one he calls. I bailed him out every time. But that wasn't even the full story. 50 also revealed he once paid to send Lil Meech to rehab after finding out he was addicted to whippets, aka laughing gas. In another IG post, 50 broke down how things really went south between him, Big Meech, and Lil Meech, and hinted that the root of it all might be jealousy. He said Big Meech didn't like how close 50 and Lil Meech got while he was locked up. Mom wrote, "I thought about it. I think he felt uncomfortable with me and Meech's relationship. I'm telling Meech what not to do. He's telling him he used to do X like it's cool. I told Meech to chill, stop blowing money. He told him how much he used to waste." Then, 50 dropped this bomb. People don't even know. I had to send Meech to rehab. Russell Hornsby noticed he was high as hell on set. He started throwing up during a weapons test. Ian told me he had whippets in his truck. I was like, what? What the fuck is whippets? I Googled it and realized it's the stuff used in BB guns. But instead of backing off, Big Meech and Lil Meech are doubling down. They're making bold moves, clearly just to spite 50. And now, they're aligning themselves with Rick Ross. Yeah, the same Rick Ross Lil Meech said he had no love for just weeks ago in that now infamous text to 50. And it gets even wilder. The father-son duo is also linking up with Floyd Mayweather, one of 50's longtime rivals. Lil Meech recently popped out in Miami with Ross and Floyd, then posted up photos with both of them, captioning it, "With real power." A not-so-subtle jab at 50's Power franchise. And just days later, Lil Meech posted another cryptic IG pic, this time with Big Meech and Floyd, and dropped nothing but a shushing face emoji in the caption, hinting that something big is in the works. Now rumors are flying that Big Meech and Lil Meech are gearing up for some sort of business deal with Floyd.
Big Meech and Lil Meech looks like they are officially partners with Floyd Mayweather. Now they're being very tight-lipped about the venture, but my guess is it is going to be big. Floyd Mayweather is a very, very competitive person, and he will pull out all the stops in his attempt to beat 50 Cent.
Nobody knows exactly what Big Meech and his son are plotting with Floyd Mayweather and Rick Ross, but one thing's for sure, people are definitely talking. Some reports are already floating around, hinting that they might be cooking up a brand new show or movie based on the Black Mafia Family, something completely separate from 50 Cent's BMF series on Starz. And here's where it gets interesting. Just a few weeks ago, Ross himself announced he's planning to produce his own BMF movie.
Yeah, so look, I do want to do a BMF film because you've been entertained by a lackluster, small budget series. Now it's time to do a big budget film. Which director? Shout out to my homie F. Gary Gray, Antoine Foucault, what's up? Tarantino. It's a lot of legends. This is gonna be big. I can feel it. I'm just talking.
But here's the catch. Rick Ross might want to think twice before moving forward with that BMF movie idea, because if he wants to make it happen, he'd need 50 Cent's blessing first. Sources close to the situation told TMZ that 50 still holds the exclusive TV and film rights to the BMF story. And despite all the recent drama with Big Meech, that's not changing anytime soon. On top of that, TMZ confirmed that 50's G Unit, Film division is already in motion, working on a new project based on Tammy Cowan's life, aiming to take the entire BMF saga to the next level. Now, fans are rallying behind 50, while some are putting Lil Meech on blast for throwing away what they call the opportunity of a lifetime. Word is, Lil Meech burned through all the money he made from the BMF series, millions gone in just a few years, with no investments, no savings, just designer clothes and flashy jewelry. And he wasn't low-key about it either. Meech was out here flaunting his lifestyle, posting pics in custom Chrome Hearts jeans, and bragging about dropping $2 million on a single iced-out watch.
They charged me $200,000 just for this Cuban. This Cuban is like 1,100 grams. It's chunky, real big. I really can't have this on for longer than 3 or 4 hours. My neck started hurting. You know, you might find a regular Cuban for 50 or for 100 maybe, but it's 200 just for a kilo.
What's the pendant cost?
3 just for a pendant. Right here, this is Antarctica. It's the big boy. This is Christine called it Antarctica. It's the chandelier. I might have seen DJ Khaled with this song. It's that big boy, you know.
How much is it worth?
$2 million.
Word is, Lil Meech ran through $5 million fast. Sources say he spent it all on cars, clothes, and flashy jewelry, without putting a single dollar toward his future. Not one investment. And according to Tony Yayo, Meech was out here acting real. Entitled, even telling artists like Lil Baby that they should throw money Big Meech's way to help out. But it gets worse. Yayo also claimed that while Meech was out asking folks for financial help, he was still out flexing, dropping $100,000 on just one pair of jeans.
You know, he's still awaiting his case.
Okay.
You know, he's still sitting in jail.
Right.
But recently, I had Day 26 come do my show.
I think I've seen some of that interview, yeah.
Right. So I started talking to him, and, you know, I started talking to Q from Day 26, and he's talking about how, you know, you have sober Diddy, then you have high Diddy. And, you know, you kind of have a different person depending on who you catch on that day. And he starts talking about how he read this one email, and he couldn't go into the details, but it had something to do with sacrifices and so forth. And he started to cry. And then the rest of Day 26 started to cry. Like, that's never happened to me. I've had people cry in my interviews, but I've never seen a whole group of men start to cry at the same time.
I don't get it. I don't know why somebody would do that to.
So you gotta think mentally what them went through over there, the Danity Kings, the Day 26. Cause for making you treating this artist like that, damn, that shit crazy.
What makes this even wilder is that Lil Meech admitted it himself. When he first linked up with 50, he was lost. No direction. No clue what his next move was gonna be, but 50 saw potential. He took Lil Meech under his wing, personally backed him, and even paid out of pocket for 2 full years of acting classes. And let's be clear, 50 didn't have to do that. He could have easily hired a trained actor with experience and saved a ton of money. But instead, he bet on Lil Meech.
I was still trying to find myself. My dad was calling me from jail every day. He was like, man, what you gonna do? Like, shit, I don't know. I always knew I wanted to be my own person. It's just hard, you know, to live up to my dad's name. And he called me one day, he's like, man, they looking at Terrence Howard and Nipsey Hussle. And I don't know if you're gonna be able to play me, but you gotta go to acting class so you can get ready. So I met 50. 50 put me in acting classes for 2 years in LA. Invested in me, paid for the acting class. I had to go every day, 2 times a day, 5 days a week. In the morning, in the afternoon, come back home, study again, do the same thing the next day.
Wow,
But
a ball player.
Yeah, but I put in the work though, and it showed me that 50 couldn't get me the job. I had to get myself the job. My dad couldn't get me the job. They would have hired somebody else that already had acting experience. I had no experience. So I was coming from...
You'd think after 50 Cent took a huge chance on Lil Meech and handed him the opportunity of a lifetime, Meech would have played his cards right. But instead, it's like he assumed the good life would just keep coming, with someone else footing the bill. At first, when the drama between 50 and Big Meech hit the fan, people felt bad for Lil Meech. Fans even started dragging 50, saying it wasn't fair to punish the son for the father's moves. But now, the tables are turning. After Lil Meech started popping out with Rick Ross and Floyd Mayweather, basically throwing it in 50's face, fans are side-eyeing him heavy. And it's not a good look, especially since just weeks ago he was online, dissing Ross and swearing loyalty to 50. Then there's the latest buzz. Rumors that Big Meech and Lil Meech are plotting a new BMF movie with Ross and Floyd. And fans? Not really here for it. Why? Because Big Meech already sold the rights to his life story to Tammy Cowens, the same exec who helped 50 bring the BMF series to life on Starz. So now, folks are wondering, can Meech even legally make another BMF project? Would they have to buy the rights back? Or are they just trying to spite 50 after all the fallout? Let's talk about it. Was 50 right about Big Meech being a bad influence on his son? And is this collab with Ross and Floyd a smart business, move, or a total setup for failure? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't sleep on what's coming next.